On the night of December 24th, 2014, a heavy snowstorm hit the area. At 11:47 p.m., a call came through to 911. Samuel Hart reported hearing screams coming from a house abandoned for 30 years on Frost Hollow Road. "There's no electricity in that place, but it's lit up. Someone's asking for help." The call suddenly cut off. A police unit was dispatched. When they reached the door, they heard a whisper inside. "Help us!" The door creaked open on its own, and all the lights instantly went out. Officers Reed and Carson stepped inside with flashlights. Despite having no heating, the house felt strangely warm, like someone had just lit a stove. Fresh footprints lined the hallway floor, but the owner was nowhere in sight. Reed heard the sound of a child crying upstairs. Carson whispered, "The Hollow family's little girl died in this house back in 1983. As they approached the stairs, the wooden steps began creaking, though no one was on them. Reed tried contacting dispatch, but his radio emitted only static and a faint whisper. "Don't come back." The basement door opened on its own. A freezing gust of air poured out. Old photographs of the Hollow family covered the walls. One in particular stood out, the little girl's black and white portrait. Her eyes completely blacked out. On the floor lay a red ribbon and a small gift box. Inside was a Christmas card dated 1983. "This won't be our last Christmas, I promise." "Dad!" Suddenly, shouting came from outside. Reed and Carson rushed out to find a man kneeling in the snow. Samuel Hart, the one who made the 911 call. Shivering, he said, "I only heard the screams, but now she's calling me too." The girl's voice. His eyes were frozen, staring blankly. He collapsed unconscious. They carried him to the vehicle, but when Carson turned the key, the engine mysteriously died. The storm grew stronger. The house began glowing brightly from within. The officers entered the house again. As they climbed the stairs, they heard music drifting down, a vinyl record playing Silent Night. Upstairs, one room was decorated as if it were Christmas Eve. A warm fireplace burned. A dining table was set for 4, with untouched food. At the far end of the table sat the shadowy figure of a little girl. Before they could react, she vanished. Reed turned to Carson, panicked. "I swear I saw a child. Did you see her?" Carson only nodded. The door slammed shut behind them. The plates on the table began rattling violently. Suddenly, the entire room shifted, recreating the night of 1983. The Hollow family appeared before them, arguing. The father was furious, the mother crying. The little girl hid in the corner. Then a gunshot. The mother fell. The father turned the gun toward the child. At that moment, the scene froze, and the dark-eyed girl materialized behind the officers. "Why did you leave us alone?" The officers broke out of the room and rushed downstairs. Carson suddenly stopped. "There's someone buried in this house," he said. They entered the basement. Beneath the floorboards, they found an old, dug-out pit. Inside were bone fragments. The girl's remains had been hidden under the house for decades. The basement lights flickered to life on their own. The spirits of the Hollow family appeared. The girl stared at the officers. "Get me out of here. This Christmas can finally end." The officers gathered the bones and attempted to leave, but the doors were snow-jammed shut. Carson struggled while Reed heard the girl's whisper, "Take me to the light." Near where the girl's spirit had appeared, a family chest lay buried in dust. Inside were her toy doll and a red winter hat. Reed took them and tried to escape with the bones. The house shook violently, as if the storm itself wanted to tear it down. Outside, Samuel regained consciousness and tried to help the officers. Under a tall pine tree, they noticed a small memorial stone, an old tribute to the Hollow family. The girl's spirit appeared again, pointing toward it. "Bury me." There. The officers placed the bones beneath the stone, along with her doll and hat. Instantly, the storm ceased. The house fell silent. All lights died. The girl appeared one last time. "I'm not alone anymore." She dissolved into a warm, white glow. At dawn, investigators arrived. The inside of the house was frozen solid. Reed and Carson gave their statements, though supernatural involvement was not entered into the official report. Instead, one simple note was written. The remains of a young girl were discovered at Frost Hollow House, located on Christmas night. The house was sealed by the state that same day. No one ever entered again. Samuel disappeared without a trace. Reed and Carson claim that every Christmas night since then, they hear the same voice in their dreams. Thank you.